A few months ago, OpenAI revealed a tool they described as a creative revolution, an AI that could transform simple ideas into cinematic video in seconds.
A tool so powerful, it could turn imagination into reality. They called it Sora, a system that could generate cinematic videos from nothing but text. It wasn't just a product. It was supposed to be the future of storytelling, a Cambrian explosion of creativity. That was the promise. A world flooded with ideas, visuals, and stories created at the speed of thought. For a moment, it felt like we had crossed a point of no return. But then, without warning, OpenAI pulled the plug. Overnight, it was gone. And no one was prepared for what came next. No build-up, no transition, just gone. Like it never existed in the first place. No roadmap, no explanation, just a sudden disappearance. But the real story wasn't the shutdown itself. It was what led to it. Because behind the scenes at OpenAI, things weren't just changing, they were unraveling. When Sora was first revealed in early 2024, it stunned the world. People watched in disbelief. For the first time, AI could generate realistic, dynamic video scenes from simple prompts. Not images, not text, full motion video. Ideas turning into moving worlds in seconds. No cameras, no actors, no editing, just imagination brought to life. And once people realized what it could do, there was no going back. At the time, it felt like the beginning of a new creative era. Filmmakers, marketers, content creators. Everyone saw the same opportunity. A tool that could replace entire production pipelines. Ideas turning into finished videos almost instantly. No bottlenecks, no barriers, just pure creation at scale. By late 2025, Sora launched as a standalone app, and the growth was immediate. 1 million downloads in just a few days, dominating the App Store rankings. Viral videos spreading across every platform. It felt unstoppable, like the beginning of something massive. But here's where things started to break. Sora wasn't just a tool anymore. It became something else entirely. A content engine, running non-stop. A machine producing endless streams of AI-generated videos. New clips every second. New scenes every scroll. Faster than anyone could track. And when you give millions of users that kind of power, you don't just unlock creativity. You unleash something far less predictable. Ideas colliding at scale. Content multiplying out of control. No filters, no friction, no limits. What starts as innovation quickly turns into chaos. Users weren't just making films anymore. They were generating fake war footage, indistinguishable from reality. AI political videos designed to influence and mislead, and disturbing synthetic content, pushing boundaries no one had prepared for. Some of it crossed ethical lines, some of it crossed legal lines, and some of it went far beyond anything anyone had anticipated. As the content should never have existed at all. AI-generated content began spreading like a virus across the internet, polluting feeds, blurring reality, destroying trust. And yet, something even stranger happened. Instead of pushing back, Disney leaned in. No lawsuits, no public fight. They invested $1 billion, backing the very technology that could disrupt their own industry. A move that left everyone asking the same question: what did they see that everyone else didn't? A licensing deal that allowed users to generate content using over 200 iconic characters. At first glance, it looked like validation. Big tech meets big media. A partnership that seemed to legitimize everything Sora represented. The barriers between imagination and intellectual property suddenly gone. For many, this was the signal. The future wasn't coming. It had already arrived. Then, 103 days later, it ended. No warning, no roadmap. Even internal teams didn't see it coming. Meetings were still happening, projects still in motion, and then, just like that, it was over. A shutdown so sudden. It felt less like a decision, and more like something had gone very wrong. Partners were blindsided. Executives confused. No internal alignment. No clear explanation. And then came the announcement. Quiet, almost casual. We're saying goodbye to the Sora app. That was it. No detailed statement, no transition plan, just a few words. One of the most hyped AI products in history. Dead in just over 3 months. A rise that felt unstoppable, followed by a collapse no one could explain. So what really happened? Because this wasn't just a failed launch, and it wasn't just bad timing. The truth goes much deeper, into decisions, pressures, and problems most people never saw. Failure number 1, the compute nightmare. Generating video isn't like generating text. It's exponentially more expensive. Every frame, every motion, every detail multiplied at scale. And Sora was running constantly. Behind the scenes, massive GPU clusters working non-stop just to keep up. The cost? Reportedly up to $15 million per day. At that level, it wasn't just expensive, it was unsustainable. That means Disney's $1 billion investment could be burned in under 2 months. And even worse, Sora generated almost no revenue, just $2.1 million in total. A massive gap between cost and return. At that scale, this wasn't a product. It was a financial black hole, consuming resources faster than it could ever earn them back. Failure number 2. Viral does not equal profit. Attention doesn't equal monetization. Sora was everywhere, but visibility doesn't pay the bills. AI-generated content proved difficult to sell, difficult to brand, and even harder to control. Endless videos, but no clear business model behind them. And inside the industry, it earned a name: AI slop. Failure number 3, strategic panic. Leadership realized they were chasing too many products, spreading resources thin, losing focus. So they made a hard decision. Cut everything that doesn't directly lead to profit. No more experiments, no more distractions. Only core priorities survive. And Sora? It wasn't essential. It was a side quest. And in moments like this, side quests don't get improved. They get eliminated. Failure number 4. Legal time bomb. It wasn't just risky. It was dangerous. Copyright violations, deep fakes, illegal content, all generated at scale. Thousands of videos, every minute, impossible to fully monitor. This wasn't just a moderation problem, it was a legal nightmare waiting to explode. Because every single video created carried potential liability. And at that scale, every output could become a lawsuit. Failure number 5, the competition. Google pushing VO. Adobe integrating Firefly directly into creative workflows. New players emerging fast, closing the gap. Suddenly, Sora wasn't unique anymore. The advantage it once had disappeared. And when you're losing money and losing your edge at the same time, there's only one move left: shut it down. But here's the bigger picture. Sora didn't fail in isolation. It was a symptom of something much deeper. Because behind the scenes, OpenAI itself is under pressure. Massive pressure. Financial strain, strategic uncertainty, and decisions that are becoming harder and riskier by the day. Despite generating billions in revenue, OpenAI is burning cash at an extreme rate. Massive infrastructure, massive compute, massive costs. Projected losses? Around $14 billion in 2026. And if these trends continue, the total burn could reach hundreds of billions. At that scale, this isn't just aggressive growth, it's a model that simply isn't sustainable. So what did they do? They raised $122 billion from companies like Amazon, Nvidia, and SoftBank. On the surface, it looks like confidence, a massive vote of support. But here's the twist. This isn't just investment, it's dependency. Because these companies don't just fund AI, they rely on it to justify their own future. These companies need OpenAI to succeed, because their own businesses depend on AI demand. Cloud infrastructure, GPU sales, massive capital bets, all tied to one outcome. If AI growth slows, the ripple effect is immediate. It's a loop, money fueling demand, and demand justifying the money. But underneath it all, it's fragile. Then, something bizarre happened. OpenAI made its first major purchase. Not infrastructure, not AI talent, a podcast. A media company reportedly worth hundreds of millions. At a time when costs were spiraling, this was the priority. No immediate product value, no technical advantage, just attention. Which raises a bigger question. Why would an AI company spend that much on media? Because OpenAI isn't just building AI anymore. It's building a narrative, controlling how the story is told and who hears it. The podcast audience, founders, investors, decision makers, the people who shape markets and fund the future. This wasn't random, it was calculated. A move not for technology, but for influence.
Everything now points to one goal: an IPO. To get there, OpenAI needs a strong story, a clear focus, and investor confidence. No distractions, no uncertainty. Every product has to reinforce that narrative. And Sora? It didn't fit. Too risky, too expensive, too unpredictable. In a moment where perception matters as much as performance, Sora became a liability.
But behind the scenes, things are even messier. Executives leaving, leadership conflicts, growing concerns about compute shortages, and even reports questioning Sam Altman's leadership. Signals that something deeper isn't stable. Because when pressure builds at this level, it doesn't stay contained. It starts to fracture the entire organization. Some insiders described a pattern of miscommunication, strategic inconsistency, and a growing lack of trust. Decisions shifting, priorities unclear, signals not aligning across the company. This isn't just a pivot, it's pressure showing through the cracks. Because when a company moves this fast without stability underneath, it doesn't just change direction, it starts to strain. Now OpenAI is shifting again. From content to robotics, away from screens toward the physical world. The future, they believe, isn't just generating videos, it's interacting with reality itself. Machines that can see, move, and act. Physical AI. A much bigger bet with much bigger consequences. But even here, there are cracks. Former partners like Figure Robotics have publicly criticized the collaboration. Not quietly, but openly, calling it virtually worthless. A rare and direct statement in an industry that usually stays diplomatic. And when partnerships start breaking like this, it raises a deeper concern. Is the problem the technology or the company behind it? So now we have to ask, what is AI actually for? Creativity? Productivity? Control? Each promise pointing in a different direction. Each use case pulling the technology further apart. And right now, no one seems to agree. Not the companies building it, not the people using it, and not even the ones funding it. The entire AI industry is facing ethical dilemmas, legal uncertainty, and deep monetization challenges. Power is increasing faster than understanding. AI can generate almost anything, images, voices, entire realities. But capability doesn't equal responsibility. And just because something can be created, doesn't mean it should.
Sora wasn't just a failed product. It was a signal, a warning, that even the most powerful AI company in the world is still figuring things out. And if they can't solve it, what does that mean for everyone else? The real question is, who controls it? Because if Sora taught us anything, it's this: even the future can be deleted overnight.